Welcome back. When we last left off, we finally gained access to the freight elevator, so why don't we go ahead and use it? Now there's going to be 5 buttons that show up, except we have no idea what that middle button goes to. And even if you try going to it, the button doesn't work. So let's just try going to Project Storage Bay 2. Well, at least they have some nice soothing elevator music for this ride. I can appreciate that.
Attention. Product Storage 2. Access to Product Storage 2 is denied until further notice.
If you watched the last part, you might remember there was that security terminal that we were using to unlock one of the doors. And it specifically said the door to Project Storage Bay 2 was damaged and couldn't be open. So all we can do is look out onto this area, and frankly, there's not a whole lot to see. As such, why don't we just go ahead and move on to Service Lobby 1. Just a little note about this elevator sequence. Even though this looks like the kind of thing where it's just a mini cutscene going between the 2 floors and you can't do anything, you can actually use your cursor to walk around the elevator area while it's going down. It doesn't accomplish anything, but you can do it.
Attention. Service Platform 1. Please check in with the duty officer before engaging with any products.
For the record, you're actually supposed to go to Service Lobby 2 first, because something happens down there that you need in order to get past this upcoming area.
What are they doing here?
Well, while John is putting 2 and 2 together, I'd just like to note, like I said with the sinks in the bathroom before, all these portals have different descriptions. It's little things like that that really help build the environment for me. Now, I'm going to skim through this PDA kind of quickly because there's a lot of entries, but the basics are, this is a nurse who worked in product storage, and by product storage, they mean people like John. She's been told that all of these people that are being experimented on are prisoners and drifters. But she starts encountering people that start screaming about where their families are, and then there's a man who just does nothing but cry, and then they crack open another stasis pod and there's a 10-year-old boy in it. Not only that, when she tried to see the records of these people, she was told by the authorities that the records were sealed and they were completely off limits. In other words, she wasn't able to find out who these people actually are, and that, they aren't prisoners. Then she starts finding more children, even in the hydroponics area, which isn't supposed to have any human specimens. So eventually she makes a plan to try and get the kids off of the spaceship, and, well, that's her corpse. It didn't go very well. Anyway, let's try and use the handprint reader.
Attention. Biometric handprint not recognized. The mortuary requires level 5 security access.
And unfortunately for us, the body we just got the PDA off of only has security level 1 access, so we're going to have to find a handprint somewhere else.
Holy shit! Security holograms are still working.
You know what? That went so well, why don't we just open all the body bags?
Could do something like this. Oh God. I need to get to Rebecca.
Okay, I'm going to be honest, there is a reason that I'm doing this, and it's not just me being an asshole to John Marichek over here.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, there is something in the final body bag that we need. As for why I opened all those other body bags, well, I'm a completionist that way. So he doesn't react to this one in any particular way, but there is something on the body that we can grab. And it's a toe tag. that is going to come into play later because that security panel with the handprint scanner that we couldn't get past, that leads to the morgue. And we're going to need the toe tag for a puzzle inside there. But for now, we have to go back to the freight elevator and visit Service Lobby 2. And that is where things get a little messy. What? I was just raising the audio level so that you could hear the music. Yes, of course. That's exactly what I just did.
It's getting colder.
Hello? Is someone there?
Well, time to find that radio signal. And, I'm just gonna go silent for a while.
Holy mother.
Yuri! If you're there, you need to make a sound. Just let me know if something go on. Yuri!
Rerouting radio signal through cloud suit.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Who is this? Identify yourself.
My name is John Maracek. I'm...
John? How did... Never mind. It's Yuri there.
I'm sorry. He's dead.
Shit. Listen to me, John.
No, wait. Who are you?
My name is Taya Hensley. I'm a botanist in hydroponics. I know you have questions, but right now, you need to get to the tram.
I'm not going anywhere until you explain to me what the hell is going on.
Because Yuri is still there. Yes, you can, and I'll tell you everything.
I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but we can't actually use the tram yet because we need something from up in the morgue. And to get there, we need level 5 security access, which Yuri here has. So...
Oh, my... Jeez.
Honestly, I think this is kind of a weak puzzle, but I may just be a little jaded because I've seen this or variations of this a number of times. There was another time I saw that instead of a hand, it was an eye for a retinal scanner. But anyway, I'm just going to knock on some of these service elevator doors. And there is a reason I'm doing this. If you knock on the 2 locked doors, well, visibly locked doors, nothing happens. But when you knock on this large door over here...
Okay.
Who could that be, boys and girls? Well, we're not going to stick around to find out, because we're going right back up to service lobby number 1. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up this elevator sequence a little bit. But I'm not going to speed up the sections going to the morgue, because unlike an elevator, we can sprint now. And I'm not worried about him getting tired in this short distance between the elevator and the hand scanner. And a quick note, I'm not opening my inventory until I get there because opening your inventory causes John to come to a dead stop.
Access granted. Welcome, Yuri Linov.
The morgue.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, John. Get in there.
It's cold.
What is?
The mortuary.
I think it's supposed to be cold.
Let's go ahead and check these autopsy reports. Now you'll notice there's a person who died of suicide, a person who we don't know exactly what happened to them. And then there's this one person who has apparently a crowbar lodged in their head. That crowbar is exactly what we're after. But in order to get the crowbar, we have to figure out a way to basically thaw out the morgue. And the furnace where they happen to cremate the bodies is right there. I'm going to make a save right here, because this is yet another place where you can die. And it may not be easily apparent what you're supposed to do, even though it should seem pretty obvious. Now, if we just try using the toe tag on the furnace right away, the furnace will open up, but it only stays open for a little bit. Just long enough to push a body in. So we need to find a way to jam the door. That is where the wet towel comes into play. We're going to use the wet towel to jam the door open, and then that will thaw out the room. But if we just jam the door open and don't do anything else, this is what happens.
Warning. Temperature increasing to dangerous level. The duty officer has been notified of equipment failure. Please evacuate area immediately.
And that is how you get the Melted achievement. I wasn't playing around when I said a bunch of the achievements were just on ways to die in the game. Anyway, here's what you're supposed to do.
Warning. Temperature increasing to danger.
Yes, you're just supposed to run out of the room. And you don't have to stay out for an extended period of time either, as you're about to see.
Oh god. The stench.
Aw, the autopsy reports are gone. Oh well, next time on Stasis, we're gonna rip a crowbar out of somebody's head.